Hello guys, Trisha here, Sweetie's Craft House, coming in on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's like 80 something degrees. It's beautiful outside. We are here on day 12 of our 30 days of lives, and we will be doing our first door piece wreath. I'm gonna show you guys how to make some door decor to go on your door without using a wreath form, just using the basic door sign. If you're just coming in, make sure you please like and share my video. And if you are not following me on my business page, please go over and do so. And if you are not following me on YouTube, please go over and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time I drop a video. Now I'm going to jump over here, pin a post, and share my live, and I will be right back. Just jumping on, let me know who you are and where you're from so I can speak back to you. And I know, just a moment, I know that people have called me and messaged me and told me, oh, it's so early when you go live. But as the month goes further in, I'm going to start doing some lives later on in the evening. But we're going to go ahead and get started. And while I'm on, I'll go ahead and tell you that I am trying my best to drop the links of all the supplies in the lives. And I think you'll be able to find them in the comment section. This today, I'm going to drop all the supplies in the comment section when we're done. So if this is a design that you want to create, then if you'll give me a little while later on this evening, all the supplies should be posted. Give me just a second. The volume's wide open over here. And I'm hoping that we don't bounce around and all that stuff like we've been doing. But first, this sign here came from Hobby Lobby. It's $9.99, 40% off. You can get it for about $6.50. We're going to use this. We are not using a wreath form. You will need some type of styrofoam base. I chose this one because it's very sturdy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my sign on here. I got to give myself some room. So you're going to be needing, I'm going to bring you guys down so you can see what's going on here. You're going to have to add your styrofoam underneath your sign. So I'm going to leave maybe 3 inches to the bottom because this is where I'm going to be adding all my stuff. Now I'm just trying to figure out if I want to go sideways with my sign or if I want to go straight. We'll see as we start getting in there. So you're going to glue down your sign onto the styrofoam. Now on this piece, if you'll see here, there is some wires here that I'm going to put some floral pins in with some glue just to kind of give it some extra reinforcement so it doesn't go anywhere. Grab my glue gun, and I am using my low temp glue gun just to make sure that this doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just going to put my glue here. How are y'all doing today? Who's on? Alright, let's make sure we get it. So I want to make sure, and I think I'm going to pop in some Gorilla Glue as well, just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And I will be using the original Gorilla Glue here. So So I'm going to hurry up before my low temp dries, but I'm just going to drop some of this on here. And I'm going to lay my sign right here. And I'm going to take some floral pins. Where's my floral pins? Right here. And you can find these at Hobby Lobby, Walmart. They're just little floral pins. And I'm going to just secure my little pins here the best way I can. I'm going to come in sideways so it doesn't go through the bottom. I'm just going to push in here with my scissors, whatever you can get in your little hole, but this is just what I'm using at the moment, just to make sure I get it down in there. You have to do your little hardware, make sure everything's good and in. Okay, so I got this one in. I honestly don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I just want to make sure. So I'm just popping these in to make sure everything's in there. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue down here on top of it just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And I may put just a little foil piece, but I think we're good. I think this is going to hold up. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So you're going to have your styrofoam piece here. Now, what I'm going to do really quick is I'm just going to grab a piece of felt. If I can find one small enough. Here we go. I'm just going to grab a small piece of felt. Just something to cover this up so you don't have just, you know, a piece of styrofoam just laying on the, oh, just a piece of styrofoam. I lost connection. Maybe I'll be right back. Here we go again, losing connection constantly. I'm not sure what's going on, but oh man, maybe we'll get it fixed sooner or later. Okay. Hey, somebody said hey, Trisha. Hello, whoever you are. So I'm just gonna put I cut it too small, guys. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do instead of doing it the way I just done it. I'm just going to take an ink pen and I'm going to go around and cut. The best way I can. It's probably the best way to do it, guys, just to make sure I have my circle. Yes. Okay, there we go. Now this is optional. You don't have to do this. I'm just choosing to do it. It will keep it from scratching the back of your door though. Let me take this tag off. These come from Hobby Lobby, the felt pieces. But if you're interested in felt, just contact me because I do sell it. And I can hook you up with some felt. So I'm just going to run a bead around. But I know wreath forms sometimes are hard to come by and can be costly. So this is an alternative to using a wreath form. So it kind of makes it look better when you add this versus just the green. Okay, so we got that on. So now we're going to start with some greenery. And I picked a bunch of florals, but we may or may not use them all. But we are going to start with just some basic greenery. These here, if you know what the name of this is, please tell me because I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to use my wire cutters and just start clipping some of these off. I'm probably going to use this whole bush. Matter of fact, I know I am. So, just want to make sure I get it all in. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut all my little pieces. I've got several things I'm going to use. These are so pretty, guys. I just love these little balls. They're such a cool accent to any kind of piece. These tags off. And I'm going to break these down in just 3 or 4 pieces. That's one good thing about these picks. You can break them down however you need, however many you want to break it down, or you can use the whole pick. But I'm going to get 4 pieces out of mine. I also have this gorgeous piece. There's 3 on here. I'm going to cut them 3 off. We'll be using them. I have this as well. I'm only going to be using the pom-poms though. I don't think I'm going to be using this grass. I just don't like the way it feels. I may or may not use all the pom-poms, but I'm going to go ahead and cut them. I don't understand, guys, why this Wi-Fi is doing this. I think I'm going to have to get Wi-Fi back here in my little shop. There's Wi-Fi throughout this entire warehouse, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to work back here in my area sometimes. Okay, this is another piece. Guys, if you know the names of these pieces, please feel free. Please feel free to tell me, because I am not any person that knows anything about greens. Well, let me take that back. I know a little bit, but I cannot name every plant. Okay, so again, most of these picks you can get multiples out of. I am getting 4 out of this one. Okay. Wow, I don't get it with this Wi-Fi. It's driving me nuts. Okay, we're going to start with that. We do have some balls. We do have one of these fillers. We have all kind of stuff, but we're going to start with what we have. And we're going to start with our greenery. So how I like to do things is start big and work my way in. And I do have a bow. I think I'm going to put my bow in first, simply because I'll be working around it. If you are commenting and I am not replying, I just don't see it at the moment. I am hand making a bow. So this is a 4-inch black and white polka dot. I don't want to make it too big, but I'm trying to keep you guys in the loop. Okay. I love this ribbon. Okay. Let me set this one to the side. Alright, then I have a yellow and black polka dot, which goes very well with my bee theme here. I think I paused. This is what I was telling you guys about the bows in the upcoming bow video that I'm about to drop, showing you guys different way to make bows. And this is one of the ways in the tutorial, so you will see this one for sure in there. So I talk about in that video, I talk about different ways you can make bows with bow makers or with your hands. I tend to use my hands for the smaller bows, and the bow maker for the bigger bows. Okay, so I'm just taking a chenille stem and I'm just wrapping it, and I'm going to twist it as tight as I can. Oop, it got away from me. Okay, there we go. And twist your bow if you have to. Okay. We'll go back later and chevron the ends. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a floral pin in the back, and I'll show you in just a second what I'm talking about. And I do apologize if you're saying something and I just don't see it. But we're going to take a floral pin, and everybody does it different, but this is just my way. I'm going to take the floral pin and I'm going to run it under the chenille stem that I just tied off, and I'm going to twist my chenille stem around it just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Now, I'm going to pop this off really quick. And I'm going to twist it around as well, just to make sure. Don't want it to go anywhere. Okay, so we have it. Now, I'm going to put my bow in my styrofoam. And I think I'm going to put it in this corner. I am. And I'm going to add a little glue just to make sure that my pin doesn't go anywhere. And it holds in my ribbon. There we go. And just to be on the safe side, I am going to put like a little beaded glue under the bottom ribbon, just to secure it and make sure it stays down. And again, this is my low temp glue gun. So you don't want to use a high temp on here, simply because by using the high temp glue gun, it'll melt the styrofoam. It will not stay in. Okay. Look at that. That's beautiful already. Let's go ahead and do this while I got thinking about it. I'm just chevroning the ends of my ribbon, and I'm not going to do it with the 4-inch. I am just going to fold the 4-inch up twice. The fold is like a 1/2 inch fold. I'm just going to fold it that way. So at this point, this is what you have right now. Isn't it adorable? Now we're going to add, let me put just a tad bit here where I want the bow to stay. Okay. Because I don't want my bow to go anywhere. I want it to stay right there in that place at an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start adding my fillers. And I'm going to just put a bead of glue on the end of each one, just to ensure that it stays in place. And pop it into the styrofoam. And y'all, you know what? I think I'm going to get this is my handy dandy machine. I love this machine. It puts the little pieces on the end of my pieces to ensure it stays in. And for the life of me at the moment, I cannot think of the name of it. So if you know, please let me know. Okay, I just want to make sure it's in here. Okay, now, so now that I got that one on that side, I'm going to come over and put one on this side. And I'm just going to add a bead of glue to each piece that I'm putting in so it doesn't go anywhere. And we're just going to make us, let me get a ball. And you don't want them all the same size. You do want to kind of break them up. So I'm just going to put one here. Make you a pretty piece. Alright, then we're going to come down here. We're going to add this. And again, you want to put it on every single one. You want to add glue to the entire piece. Everywhere you put one, you want to add glue. Okay, so I have my little yellow pom-poms here with a little bit of glue. I'm going to add here. And these are very forgiving, so you can bend them and move them wherever you would like them to go. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. Put a little pick on here. And I still don't know why it's acting up, but it is. And I'll figure it out sooner or later. Okay, so we got that. So you want to make sure everything's full all the way around. You don't want to have any open pieces or any gaps. You want everything to be full. And then you work around it. At least that's how I do mine anyway. And again, I'm just making sure that everything's in there really good. Let's add this piece here. Alright, so I'm going to put these two together. Yeah. I like to add, make my own little picks, you know, make my own little bundles. So, just going to pop this one in here. Got my own here, and see how full that was, how that made it. Very full that quick. And I'm going to put one here. And then we're going to start filling it in with everything we have left. And we do have fillers and picks and stuff, so we got a lot we can put in here. Okay, now let's add, well, we don't have to add picks to do that because these are small enough that they'll go straight in by themselves. Okay. Alright. And I'm just going to go around putting them in everywhere. Let me get a small one of these. Okay. Alright. Let's put one of these here. Okay. Alright. And I'm just going to keep adding until I get them all the way around. Make them really long and pretty. Okay. Once I get all these in, then we're going to start filling it in. Okay. So, as of right now, this is what we have. So now we're just going to start filling it in from this point. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start putting these pieces in. Alright, let's put another pom-pom. Let's see. Let's add these two together. Let's see what we get. Alright, so I just made my own pick by putting them in there together, and I think, because I don't have one of them over here, I'm going to add this here. I didn't put glue on that one, so let me add a piece of glue here. Okay. Alright, now, let's finish adding all of our pieces. I'm going to start shortening them down. How are y'all doing today? It's so pretty outside, y'all. Oh man, it's so pretty. Okay, let's see. Let's add one. Let's add one here. Let me put a pick on this one. It's not wanting to stay where I'm trying to put it. There we go. Push this. And most of these have it where you can push the florals up and down. So where I'm not putting glue on the pick, I'm going back adding. Let's add. Let's see. Let's add this. So I'm gonna add another one here at the bottom. These little pom-poms are so cute. Okay. A little bead of glue there. Alright, let's add these here. I'm gonna put these on here. I think these are yellow pom-poms are so pretty. Okay. See, we're almost done with all of the florals already. And then I'm gonna add a few other pieces in here. Let's see, to fill it up. And I know the internet's going in and out. I do apologize, but hopefully, over there. So now we got to add just a few up here, just to kind of get rid of the where you can't see the styrofoam. So I'm just going to add them in here and come through with some glue. Pop that there. Pop that there. Okay, let's add this over here. So far, this is what we got, and I'm just trying to cover up the styrofoam. But this here is what we have so far, and I still got some pieces to put in, but we're getting there. So let's put this here. I want that to kind of stick up. There's that. Okay, now we have some of these balls that I'm just going to randomly put in. And some are long, some are short. Then I'm going to put a couple of tulips in, and it's going to look really pretty when we're done, guys. Let's see. I'm going to put this one here, like that. Let's put another one over here. And if it's not long enough for what you're trying to get to, you can always just add like a little pick or something to it. It doesn't have to stay that short. Like I said, you can always add something to it. And I'm gonna add something to this. I gotta find it. I think I'm gonna add a skewer. So I'm gonna take this one out that was put in it already. Pop one in here. Put a little bit of glue. Cut it down just a tad bit. Put a pick on it. And stick it down here where I want it to go. Put a little glue here. And you don't have to have a wreath form. I mean, you just don't have to. You can just use the sign by using a piece of styrofoam, and that's just how it is. I have these little pieces here. Just to give it a little accent, I'm going to throw some of these in. I'm going to pop that right there. Let it stick down in here. Put a little bit of glue there. Get another one. This is going to turn out really pretty, pop one right here. With a little bit of glue. I'm probably going to come back and cut my tails down just a tad bit. Alright, let me add one of these over there. Okay. I think this is my first wreath of the season, isn't it, guys? Besides the little 4th of July one we done. Okay. Alright, now let's see if we can add this in here. See how it looks. Alright, these you can pull these down too. These you can pull them up, pull them down however you like. I'm just going to add, I think, 1 or 2 in here. I don't think I'm going to add all of them. I'm not sure yet. We'll see in a moment. I know I'm going to add one here. So let me add one right here. And you can pull these out however you like. I may add another one there. Bend it to make it long. Let's see. Okay. Now let's stick this one here. See, already I want to cut it down. I want to make it a little bit shorter right here. Because I want it to stick over here. Okay. Now, what do we think about putting one up here to the side? Let's see how that will look. So I am going to end up using all of them, but it's okay. That's what I pulled it for. Let's see if this will go here. Yeah. Just like I wanted it to. Oh my goodness. Look at this, guys. And I'm just going to pop a couple of tulips in right there and see how that looks. What do I want? Do I want these? I think I want these. I do want these. See, I don't even know what these are called. The baby is pretty little baby. But I do want to pop in one here. I don't want to cover my sign up, though. I'm going to pop one there. Maybe a couple of these and a couple of tulips. Let's see. I do know what a tulip is. Okay. Let's pop this one here. I'm going to have to put some glue. I don't like the way that's looking. Oh, there we go. Nope, I don't like the way that looks. Let me throw that away. I think I'm going to add just a couple of more and that's going to be it. Maybe. I don't like the way these look. But I will add this one because this one has a beautiful blood on it. Down here, and then I'll add a couple of tulips. Like that. And let's grab just a couple of these tulips. We'll see which ones look the best. This one looks pretty. Let's grab this one. And let's grab this one. And put 2. Well, let me cut 3. Just in case. Alright. But you can do what you want with these, guys. These are just so pretty. I just cut these because I want to make sure that you cannot see my styrofoam. That's why. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even be putting them in, but it's okay. And, oh, where did it go? Let me put just a little bit of glue here. Okay. I think that's gonna be it. How does that look, guys? Isn't that just adorable? And you can hang it, well, let me fix my screen. You can hang it on your front door, and it says home is where your honey is. You got the ears covered up, but it's okay, I can fix that, or I have the ears covered up. I can fix that. But now I'm just gonna put, this came with it here, this little star. I think I'm just gonna pop it in the center of my bow. Let's see. I just put a little pick on it and make sure it don't go nowhere. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. I'll pop it down in here to give it the effect that it's in the center of my bow. And there we go, guys. There we go. Let me roll these up. I think that's what I want to do. I want to roll them up. And I will get some pictures of this for you guys. But just that quick, we did this. And it's so adorable. And you could also take off the metal wire and put a black and white ribbon up here to your liking, whichever. If you don't like the wire hanger, you can use the ribbon, or you can get a different type of ribbon. It doesn't matter. You can leave it as it is, or whatever you like. I got one more of these I want to add down here at the end, but it's up to you. It's your choice of where you want to add stuff, but you don't have to have a wreath frame. You can just put what you want in the sign itself, because I myself, sometimes I can't even get wreath frames. I wait and wait, and when I get them, it's finally like too late. I'm like, well, I don't need them now. I'm trying to clean the table so you guys can get the full effect of the door hanger. But again, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go over and subscribe. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time I go live. And if you are not following me on my Facebook page, please go over and do so. Like and follow me there. If you're catching this just on your live feed, because I am public now, please join the group. I do lives every day through the month of April. I've got some things set up for the month of July. I will be doing lives, though, off and on throughout. So please feel free to join. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial for this door piece. This is actually a honey door hanger. I do have a bee on order when it gets here. I will probably add the big bee in there. But for now, this is it. I like the way it turned out. We've done it in less than 30 minutes. So, if you like it, hit the like button. Leave me a comment. And if you do decide to do this, please feel free to share pictures. I would love to see. And I hope y'all have a good day.